We've only got 2 to go, and welcome to the stage, Leah Palmer.
What can we learn from the biggest missing persons case of 200 years ago? To get to that, I need to take you on a journey north. Up the River Corrib, past Donegal, into the North Atlantic, and even further, up to the very top of our world, the region we call the Arctic. In 1848, 2 ships carrying 128 men from England, Ireland, and Scotland sailed to the Arctic. None of those men would return home alive. The mystery of these missing men was like the true crime podcast of its day. People in England, America, and around the world followed the story of these men, and the equivalent of millions of euros was spent sending hundreds more people up to the Arctic to look for them. In my research, I seek to better understand this search effort, because you see, these men were not in the Arctic alone. The Arctic is home to over 40 different indigenous groups, each with their own history, language, and culture, who have inhabited the Arctic for tens of thousands of years. I'm looking at records of people who were involved in the search to learn more about how the newcomers to the Arctic and the indigenous peoples in the Arctic interacted. What I've learned is that, like the Arctic itself, the search was multilingual and multicultural. Searchers from Europe and America worked alongside indigenous communities, who are the experts in the Arctic environment. The searchers learned vital information on geography, navigation, and Arctic survival from the indigenous communities. There were even dozens of bilingual phrasebooks published to help English speakers learn indigenous Arctic languages for the search, just like the phrasebooks we might buy if we're going on holiday today. It's true that this search ended in tragedy. All men of the original 2 crews died before help could reach them. But today, we've solved the mystery of these missing men. We've found their ships, marked their graves, and brought their stories back home. None of this would have been possible without the knowledge and expertise of indigenous communities in the Arctic. So as we travel back down south to Galway, we can bear in mind that still to this day, global powers are trying to erase indigenous peoples, their cultures and their traditions in the Arctic and across the world. So what we've learned from this story is that Arctic land is indigenous land, and respect and collaboration with indigenous groups is the only way forward. Thank you.